Hello everyone! Thanks for joining me. Today we'll be fighting some NPC bosses before taking on the DLC's final boss, Radahn. The NPC bosses we will fight will depend on the NPC quest lines we have advanced. If you have been following my guide, we'll be fighting Redmane Freyja, Dryleaf Dane, and Leda. However, your fight might be entirely different due to your NPC questline progression. As for the final boss, Radahn will be arguably the hardest boss you have ever encountered in any Souls game. He has definitely taken a huge chunk of my time to overcome. Since we have our work cut out for us, let's get started!
It was never kindly Miquella, was it? The Erdtree was leading you all along, so that you might ascend to lordship. Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree desired all along. The clashing of the favored lords. Such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Miquella the Kind, then I will run you through whoever you might be. Don't tarry now.
Once Leda has finished her dialogue, you have a chance to summon Thiollier and Ansbach to help you fight her and her allies, Freyja and Dane. Apparently I forgot to summon Thiollier, so I went back and summoned him and Ansbach again.
Don't you dare approach Miquella the Kind. Needle Knight Leda, Dryleaf Dane, and our ally will never allow this.
I am the Redmane Freyja. The time has come. For a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
I stand with blade aloft, blood of fire. For the dignity of my lord and master, Mold.
You were... a glorious battle. It was.
Righteous Tarnished. It appears that our interests have aligned. A balm upon my soul it is that we do not meet today as enemies. Now, my blade. Watch closely.
I am here to serve St. Trina evermore.
world.
That wasn't too bad. Try a new weapon to see how it works. Seems alright. If Hornsent and more were here though, this could have been a 5v3 or worse. Alright, let's grab some goodies. Now, just as an example in Freyja's case, if we didn't progress her quest line at the Shadow Keep, following this fight, we need to return the storehouse 7th floor, which was her last location. And here's where you find her armor. Alright, let's go back. And over here is Dryleaf Dane. Again, depending who you fought, there might be other bodies here. Alright, let's go see Leda. She's in the next room. We're done here. Let's continue on. Here's Sir Ansbach. Let's talk to him.
Righteous Tarnished. That was an astounding battle, to be sure. Now I suppose this leaves only one. But in truth, I cannot calm my quivering. Challenging a god is no small matter.
Ask about Thiollier.
I'm afraid I underestimated the lad. Appearing frail in both body and mind, I presumed he'd be like to stumble upon the field of battle. What a fool I was. He serves another master, but Sir Thiollier performed magnificently. Perhaps he too quivers with anticipation, as do we.
Now ask about Mohg.
Oh. Something you want to get off your chest? Well, you needn't worry. It was you, wasn't it? Who defeated Lord Mohg. Fear not. I bear no grudge against you. His Eminence was felled in an honorable duel. And such are the risks of seeking lordship. Besides, what right have I to complain? I blame the enchantment more than anything. Righteous Tarnished, we will have our victory. I swear upon my blood. Righteous Tarnished, we will have our victory. I swear upon my blood.
Alright, we're done with all the NPC's quest lines, so let's keep going. Let's activate this grace. Let's have one more look around. Alright, before taking on the boss, let's rest here. I'm not gonna change anything for now. So let's keep going. To fight Radahn, we can summon Thiollier and Sir Ansbach. And as I mentioned, Radahn is the hardest boss of any Souls game. My stats are very low, but that's by design. And my choice of weapons and talismans are definitely not ideal. We certainly don't need Torrent anymore, so let's remove him. We can add something else here, but let's leave it empty for now. We do need, however, Miquella's Great Rune, as Radahn is a hugging type guy, so Miquella's Rune is our hugging cure. Alright, let's summon these guys and get introduced to Radahn. He moves like lightning and hits you like a freight train. Depending on your character level, expect to die a lot. Alright, let's put some buffs on. We're good to go. And as always, I don't like to fight aggressive bosses after their intro, so we want to go in and die.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
Do not belong to you.
Alright, with Radahn's intro out of the way, now we can enter the fog and be a little better prepared. Now for the fight itself, Radahn has two phases. On the first phase, Radahn is weak to bleed, freeze, rot, poison, and holy. On his second phase though, he's super fast and deals a ton of extra damage. But bleed, freeze, and rot still works well against him. Holy, not so much. So our goal is to get to second phase as quickly as possible and with most of our flasks. Otherwise, we're better off dying and starting over. Alright, everybody's here. Let's get our buffs on. Now let's go inside. On Radhahn's first attack goes towards him.
General Radahn, pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
I don't know how, but we made the second phase. I'll take it.
Lord Brother. At long last you are returned. Tarnished One. Aspiring Lord of the Old Order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Miquella, and my promised consort, Radahn.
Oh no, the hug.
I promise you, 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Alright, time for Miquella's Great Rune. Otherwise, another hug and we're dead. Mistake and we're dead. Okay, if your character is low level like mine and you don't want to respec, defeating Radahn may take many tries and several hours of frustration, as we cannot afford mistakes. Here's our stats. My suggestion is to select a weapon that inflicts both bleed and a status effect. So let's use the spear that inflicts bleed and frost. I recommend a shield, and if you can use it, a fully upgraded Sacred Black Steel Great Shield will be your best bet against Radahn's holy damage. Or, we cannot go wrong with the Fingerprint Stone Shield either. However, their strength requirements are way too much for our character, so we are limited to our Brass Shield. For talismans, I would suggest the Golden Braid to boost holy damage negation, the Great Shield Talisman for its guarding ability, the Pearl Shield Talisman for all the non-physical damage negation that Radahn throws at you, and the Dragon Crest Great Shield to boost physical damage negation. I would also suggest bringing rot pots. 2 to 3 per phase should help us take care of Radahn. Let me change one thing on our physics flask. I'm going to try the deflecting Attire, which may help us with our guarding defense. My last suggestion, if you haven't already tried, is to summon online players to help you out. If you don't know how to do it, here's how. Go to System, then go to Network. Now make sure Send Summon Sign is enabled, and Launch Settings is set to play online. Now if you want friends to help you out, go to Multiplayer, then go to Settings on the right, and make a unique password, then make a group password that only you and your friends will know about. Once that is done and they do the same on their end, then only you and your friends will be able to see each other's summon sign. In our case, we want anyone to help us, so let's leave these fields blank. Now, to bring help into your world, use the Fur Calling Finger remedy, or to go help somebody else's, use the Tarnished Furl Finger. Lastly, come to the statue and interact with it to activate it. And that's it. Since Thiollier and Ansbach aren't much help, let's go to the multiplayer and use the finger remedy. There's a sign. We want to have at least 2 cooperators, so let's see if another person puts their sign down. Depending on the date and time, this may take a while. Alright, I tried with a single help and we didn't get too far. So let's try again to see if there are other people out there. Alright, we got 1 sign. Let's try this one. Here's another sign. Alright, it's courtesy, say hello.
Hey! Hey!
Alright, we got 2 cooperators, so let's go do this. Before going in, put your buffs on. And here we go.
Lord Brother. At long last you are returned. Tarnished one. Aspiring Lord of the Old Order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Miquella, and my promised consort, Radahn.
Alright, that was awesome. Let's use our thank you gesture. It is really refreshing playing with people who knows what they are doing. And if you haven't played co-op with friends or helped other players online, you are missing out. There are some great people in the Souls community, and it is really a joy to play with them online. With that said, let's touch this memory.
Lord Brother. I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
I don't know about you, but this arena is very far from a gentle place as Miquella promised. Lots of dead people around here. Alright, let's have a quick look around. It's probably never gonna happen, but that could possibly be a gate to another DLC, huh? Alright, let's go back and activate and rest at the Grace. And here's Thiollier. And here is Sir Ansbach. Alright, this DLC has been a lot of fun, and my greatest gratitude goes to Blood and Femboy Enthusiast for their awesome help. I hope you have enjoyed this series, and I look forward to seeing you on our next adventure. Until then, thanks for watching, and have a great day.